Hello everyone and welcome back to another Cricket Captain tutorial. Today we are talking about one-day games. We're talking about how to win one-day matches in Cricket Captain. It's one of the hardest things to do, white ball cricket, it seems to be. So I'm going to go over some tips and tricks that I've learnt over the many games that I have played, and I've actually delved deep and found a few pointers that the creators of Cricket Captain themselves, Childish Things, had actually published in a past Cricket Captain 2013 manual. And I've managed to find a few gold nuggets in there, for they basically tell you how to play one-day games back in Cricket Captain 2013, which still applies to today because nothing has really changed across the years for Cricket Captain. White ball games are as hard as they'll ever be, although they did get slightly easier in 2022 because they did a white ball update on it. It is still so much harder than it is to win a test match on the game. Where do we begin with one-day games? Firstly, the batting plan for the one-day games goes as follows. You've got two fielders outside the circle in the first 10 overs of the power play in one-day games, known as the first power play. And in this first power play, there's two ways you can do it. You can do it England's way, and that is attack, lose wickets but attack and get off to a fast start. Or there's the traditional way, and the traditional way is best to begin with. At least if you don't have the best confidence in your one-day team, then trying to be none for 40 after the first 10 overs is a very good place to start. This theory is actually backed by the Cricket Captain 2013 manual, as well as it actually states in it, in one-day matches try to score at about 4.5 to 5 per over in the first 10 overs, or faster if you're chasing a big target, while the fields are restricted. And this is where another gold nugget comes out of this information that they have given us way back when, over 10 years ago for the game now, but it's still relevant today. It states, however, that the computer will use its best bowlers. So sometimes it is a good idea to put lesser batters in so that you don't lose important wickets early in the innings. That is also quite a key thing, because the strategy in the middle overs of the game, from overs 11 to 40, with the four fielders outside the inner ring allowed in the second power play of the one-day game, you actually want to conserve wickets until the back end of the game. You really want to just be working it round for ones and twos. Hitting boundaries is obviously a big bonus, but working it round so that in the last 10 overs you can absolutely go berserk T20 style and basically get 100 runs off the last 10 overs if everything goes perfectly. If not, somewhere between 80 to 100 runs in the last 10 overs would be a great place to really give your innings a big momentum booster at the back end. But you can't do that if you lose wickets in the middle of the innings. The Cricket Captain manual even states, when batting second in one-day matches, try to keep up with the run rate all the way through the innings. Then stating, don't maximize batting aggression until you have lots of wickets to play with. Take note of bad or expensive bowlers and use extra aggression against them. So there you go, the Cricket Captain manual is actually telling us to target specific bowlers. The good bowlers, see them out, get the singles, don't go crazy against them. If you see a part-timer or see the 5th or 6th bowler isn't bowling as well as they could in terms of all the rest of the bowlers in the team, then look to target them, because they are the bowlers that if you put under pressure will cause a lot of headaches for the captain in the game, or the AI to then figure out how do they actually get the overs required from the players that they have within the team. Because if you only have 5 bowlers in a one-day game and you smash one of them, somebody's probably going to have to come on as either a part-timer, or that bowler's just going to keep bowling and they're going to keep getting smashed. So it's always about trying to target that 5th, 6th bowler, and even the 7th bowler if they have one, so that you can actually draw some of these better bowlers back further forward so that you can actually smash it later in the innings. It's all a bit of a cat and mouse chess game, and that's the whole tussle of one-day cricket, I suppose, and white ball cricket in general. But the main strategy is to try and keep up with the run rate throughout the innings and don't maximize batting aggression. Don't push it too soon if you don't have to. Take your time. You've got 50 overs. It's a long time to bat, especially for the fact that if you lose 5 wickets and your number 7 walks out, you've already got half your side out and then you've got the tail to expose at the end as well, so they could very easily fold like a pack of cards. So you've really got to take your time, have your batters build their innings throughout the middle overs so that they can actually go ahead and use that settled rating at the back end when they can really take toll. Or unless, again, it's saying take note of the bad or expensive bowlers and take extra aggression against them instead. So that's pretty much the basic batting plan. Maximize aggression at the end. It's pretty much self-explanatory. Without going too hard, you're probably from 41 to 45 overs. You're going to be looking to go maybe 1 or 2 bars off the maximum, and then those last 5 overs just be going to town and going maximum aggression. But you really want to be in a good position to maximize that maximum aggression. You don't want to be using that maximum aggression too soon in the innings. Onto the bowling plan. Before you actually play any of your one-day games, you should actually be trying to plan out just roughly what is the actual ranking of your bowlers in terms of who is your number 1 strike bowler, who is your second strike bowler behind them, and then who's your third best bowler before having your 4th, 5th, and 6th bowlers, so that you know that if you do end up in a situation in a one-day game where you need to break a partnership, who do you go back to? Is it your best bowler? Is it your second best bowler? And not just be continuously sending your 7th, 6th, or 4th bowlers at the batters, because they are probably not going to get them out if there's a big partnership developing. You kind of want to bring back one of your top 3 bowlers to strike, and then bring back the lesser bowlers in your side so that you can continue to strategically make inroads into the opposition batting lineup without using all your strike bowlers overs too early, and without having all your weaker bowlers bowl in the middle and then get smashed, and then have all your bowlers basically clean house, but by that time they've already hit a big score. You've got to try and balance it out, which is the tough thing with this game, that's for sure. A tip from the Cricket Captain manual itself, it actually says that bowlers have a settled rating, so bowl them in spells until they have about 25% energy left. It even says try and do this in one-day games if you can. So that means that if you do bring a bowler on, you actually really want to be trying to get 3 or 4 at least overs out of them before you spell them again, and not just be going 1 or 2 overs and then spelling them, because bowlers in this game have a settled rating, and it actually doesn't tell you that. I didn't know that until I searched this Cricket Captain manual up. Bowlers have a settled rating like the batters do, so that they settle into their spells. And therefore, until they have 25% energy left, they haven't truly settled in to their spell yet. And that's something to keep in mind for one-day games, especially. If you can, try and leave bowlers on for a period of time to let them finish their spell out so that they can actually maximize rewards in their last couple of overs when they've actually got their settled rating higher. Now, I would go over the one-day fields and all, but honestly, I think I've covered it better in this video on screen right now, so I think it would be better for you to check the card at the top right-hand corner for the one-day fields. I've actually already done a whole video dedicated to how you should set your fields for any of your Cricket Captain saves. Definitely click the card on the top right hand corner of the screen. Overall, in a one-day game, you want to be scoring at least 250. If you don't get 250, you're going to be in real trouble, because defending under that means that they need to go at less than 5 and over, which is very doable for 50 overs. And in fact, you would even say that 250 is an under par score, and the only real game you're going to defend that in is a World Cup game, because the pressure is more on the batters than it would ever be. So definitely try and aim for 275, if not 300. Anything over 300 is a really good score in this game. You should find it more than challenging to get 300 plus runs in this game, that's for sure, in a one-day game, because that means you have to go over a run a ball for a full 50 overs, which is not an easy task to do if you're any team except for England. But that's actually going to do it for my tips and tricks today, everyone. I know it's a bit of a shorter video, but I hope I could provide any value at all, especially with the Cricket Captain 2013 manual that I managed to find online. I'll actually link it down in the description below if you do want to check that out. It has all sorts of other general tips and tricks as well for how to play this game. Definitely check out the playlist in the description as well, for I've covered many videos on how to play Cricket Captain across all editions of the game. Let me know if you have any other struggles with Cricket Captain in general as well. Comment down below, because I'm always keen to do more of these tutorial videos into the future, especially looking forwards to Cricket Captain 2023. And until the next tutorial then, everyone, take care.